What's up, guys and gals? It's your boy Jeff, aka the Cantonese Comic Kid. It's no longer Jeff Comic. I actually rebranded myself. Now I'm calling myself the Cantonese Kid. If you guys didn't know, I actually got a new banner and everything. So, got a new banner. Let's show you guys. That's pretty much the new banner. The new logo and everything. Got stickers coming. So, how you doing, Vigilante? Rando's gonna be joining us at 9:15. So happy to see Vigilante in here. Well, if you guys didn't know, me, Steve, and Jim actually went to a little toy show this week. What's up, peanut butter? Yeah, we actually went to a little toy show today, little toy and comic show. We always think we're not gonna get anything like at these toy shows, thinking, it's a small toy show, well, not much comics. That was a complete lie, like always. I guess so. I guess I am the great wizard of CCK now. But pretty much we went to we went to a little toy pretty almost like a little con. It was actually at like a local fairgrounds and everything. The shirt is electric. Um, I'll put them in the description below when the end of the show. So peanut butter, so you can go actually look at some of the shirts and stuff. So, but pretty much we went to a little toy show today. It was pretty interesting. We didn't, well, me and Steve didn't expect to pick up anything really. I expected Jim to pick up a bunch of stuff, but we didn't expect to pick up anything. Let's just say that was a complete wash because we ended up picking up a bunch of stuff. I actually picked up, well, actually this was A-okayed from Marlar Madness, aka Tim from Nerd Out. He was actually at the show. He actually A-okayed me this Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn, Lucio Perillo, Harley the 25 cover. All right, peanut butter. Ooh, aha. So I'll be joined by Randall at 9:15. But here's the first thing that I got A-okayed. So I know Vigilante is gonna be really loving this because it's a Perillo cover. Yeah, and it's a Perillo, Poison Ivy, and yeah, it is. Yeah, it is peanut butter. It is a hot cover. I, I've actually seen the original art of this, and it's actually the original art doesn't. This doesn't do the original art justice, pretty much. Well, if you guys watched Silver Age Sunday, I actually showed two books off. Always loves, yep. Yeah, but he did a really good Harley and Poison Ivy, so if you guys actually watched Silver Age Sunday, we actually showed this off. I was on my phone when we showed this off, but now since in better lighting and everything, I picked up issue 8 of Vampirella from the Warren run. This is an okay filler one. I'll eventually pick up a better issue. There's a little bit of chipping on top, and then there's a little bit of chipping in the back, but for the price I got it for, it's not too bad. Issue 112, the final issue of Warren's run. And the second time you see Fang, Vampirella with fangs. Oh yeah, she does got eye makeup on. I always forget she always has eye makeup on. So that's pretty much. I picked up these books from the guy that we always pick up from comic shows. He was actually there. That we normally always pick up some good books and get some good deals from him. So we're we're more than happy to go back again. We're gonna probably see him when we go to Bueller, when we see Bueller in December. He's gonna be at that show too. Yeah. The problem was we didn't expect to spend that much money, and we both spent a lot. We all spent a bunch of money, and then I picked up. You would like this one, Vigilante. I picked up Lilith. I mean, I picked up because of Robert. I ended up picking this up because I really liked it, and because Tim introduced me to this, so I ended up picking it up for a pretty good deal. And in pretty good shape too. So that was pretty much what I picked up. I didn't pick up much, like I didn't pick up as much as Steve probably picked up. But Steve picked up a bunch of stuff. I picked up a bunch of stuff. Like I said, it was a little show. Oh, yeah, got made some pretty good. It was a pretty good deal. And then I have a couple other books that he's actually holding for me. So I'm happy about that. And now we got a little bit of a connection with the guy. So I'm happy. He's always got some good books. He's always has books that I'm looking for. That's the only problem. Every time we go to shows, I never bring enough money for the guy. I always want to get all the books and stuff. So, so I'll show it off again before Randall gets on. So, Lilith. Well, I sent the link out to everybody. Yeah, I think I know Vigilante's probably sleeping, so I didn't send it to Vigilante, but I know Robert's gonna be. Actually, I saw the other one Robert's looking for. He actually had it. I Vampire Tales edition of this one of Lilith. So I know who Robert was looking for that one. So and he actually had it. So that was pretty cool. And then I actually picked up issue 112. Actually, I didn't actually see these. Steve actually saw them in the box. Steve goes, he wonders. He goes, oh, he wonders if he got any Vampirellas in this box. He looks, finds these two issues. So I ended up picking them up. So I ended up picking up issue 112, issue 8 of Vampirella. It's a okay filler. This was an okay filler one. It's a little bit of chipping and stuff like that, but yeah, Vampire Tail covers a fire too. I know. I'm I'm getting addicted to. I think I'm getting the same addiction as Robert is. The vampire stuff. But it's not a bad addiction though. But I've been liking darker stuff. I've been liking more vampire. But I need to finish this run. I was 56. Now I think I'm like 50 minus 2. So probably about like 55, 56. No, no, no. 54. Because it was at 56. So I'm at 54 now. So I'm 54 away to complete the whole run. It's the boobs, not the fangs. It's both, man. I think. It's both. Uh-oh. Boobs help, but fangs help too. I wouldn't actually. I wouldn't mind seeing Lilith versus Vampirella. That would be kind of interesting to see. Uh, I forgot Lilith's power set, but that would be kind of interesting to see them two going after each other. And I picked up Harley Quinn. Oh, well, I didn't pick it up. Tim actually AOK'd me this. Litzia Perillo cover. But going on no sleep pretty much. Ooh. Oh yeah, me too. I am too. I need to cut down on grabbing all these number ones I keep grabbing. But there he is.
Sorry,
What's
brother.
No, you're good. No,
How
you're
you
good.
doing? How
Not
you
bad.
doing?
Guess what?
Awesome.
Oh, after finish talking to you, guess what I picked up
What's up?
on Silver Age Sunday.
Are you kidding me?
He,
Dude, that is a beautiful copy.
yeah, and he had another he had the Vampire Tales one too.
How much was that?
Uh, he wa- he wanted like 15 for it. I said I'll give you 10 in cash.
You got $10. You got that for $10.
Yep.
I'll buy it from you for $10.
But no, I saw that. But aren't you missing the Vampire Tales one?
Yes, and that one. I have a
Oh.
one that's like, okay, I have one like that,
Mhm.
but it's like in good condition.
Oh,
Condition.
yeah.
That thing looks beautiful.
Yeah,
Put it up
this
on your
guy.
frame.
Yeah, this guy.
I
This
love
guy
that
always
cover.
has. Yeah, this guy always has good books. Every time we go to shows and stuff, we thought we weren't gonna spend that much money.
I'll tell you something. I want to say really quick hi to Vigilante buddy. We're almost there, buddy. Got about another week. I'm still waiting. You got books coming. I got books coming to Vigilante and to Sanimation.
Yeah.
Both of them.
There he is.
Hey, Randall, what's up, buddy?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Beautiful cover, dude. That is
Yeah.
a gorgeous cover. Is there any ticks on the spine?
A little bit. I already.
Listen, show me the spine close up. I want to see something.
I got you. Close up.
I'll tell you what.
Take it out of the bag and boy.
No, not without gloves. He's not.
No, I got gloves. Don't worry. I got gloves. I'll go grab them, but it's just. Yeah.
And the spine looks really good on the inside, on the outside of it.
Yeah, on the outside
I'm
of it.
saying, like
good.
right on the front cover. Look right down that spine.
Yeah.
No color breaking, no nothing.
Nope. And there's just a slight ding on top. That's it.
You got a steal on that book.
I know.
Beautiful.
I know. Even.
Tell you what, I'll give you double what you paid for it.
Ooh.
No, I got no, but I saw the Vampire Tales over there too.
You know, if you make G-Man happy, G-Man will make you happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Vampire Tales was going for 30, but I could get a better deal with it when I see him next time in this. Like as good as this one.
For $30.
Yeah, 35 or so. Yeah.
Beautiful. Well, I have something cool to show you.
Yo, hold on. I got the two. Guess what I grabbed?
I about died. Listen, really? Oh, go ahead. Blow up yourself. I want to see that. I love that.
Yeah, 112. I actually picked up the last issue of Vampire, the Warren run.
Congratulations.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
That's
112.
Awesome. That is just a trippy cover.
Yeah, but it's a hard one to find too in this type of condition. Condition. But the issue 8 is a little it could be a placeholder book because there's chipping.
Good. That is awesome. I see it.
Yeah, there's chipping on there.
Is gorgeous.
Yeah. There's chipping on there, and then there's chipping in the back cover too.
I love the cover. Man, oh man, is that nice?
King Kelly, the guy, the student of Frank Frazetta, the guy that did the Kiss covers, the
Yeah,
album covers.
beautiful.
And then Tim AOK'd me this since Tim was at the show today.
Nice,
Mm-hmm.
nice.
He saw this Perillo cover. I was always looking at it,
That's
but I
pretty.
never got it.
The redhead on
And then
that is
he
gorgeous.
yeah, Poison Ivy.
Yeah, I know.
Mm-hmm.
And she looks pretty. She doesn't look ugly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Even Harley doesn't look too bad on it. Yep. Got a pretty decent deal. And then the funny thing was the the Bella's Toy Chest girl was there today.
Really?
Yeah, and she's a lot shorter in person. We wanted to get a picture, but she was with people around her, so we weren't
Really?
able to. Yeah.
Well, I was laughing because Steve had called me. Are you drinking milk and having a bar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rice Krispie treat.
Rice Krispie
And,
treat with milk.
a glass
Oh
of
my
milk.
goodness. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
No, Jeff, what was it?
Let me get my
Yeah.
sticky fingers on Jeff's comic.
Yeah.
That sounds wrong.
Yeah. Ooh.
Steve,
Ooh.
Steve had called me tonight.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah,
He
yeah.
said to me, dude,
But that.
wait. He turned
Mhm.
around and he goes, oh, Robert, he's just, looking down. I had to turn off something and I came back and he's looking down and he goes, oh, I have something that I was just wondering if you knew anything about. I'm like, oh, cool. And all of a sudden, boom, he
Yep.
throws up a John Carpenter of Mars. I'm like,
I know.
you had me. It was awesome. It was awesome.
No, because he had some books, but he showed me. I go, dude, that's the one that Robert has, but Robert doesn't. This one's in better condition than
Yeah.
the one Robert got.
I mean,
So I told him, yeah.
Yeah.
I told him, yeah, that one's the better condition one, the one we have.
Sure.
Because he was gonna get, he was good. He goes, isn't Robert looking for this book? I go, yeah. Oh well, he has the book, but this is in a better condition one.
Right. Absolutely. So on your show, buddy, I want to show this again. I've been showing.
Okay.
I'll be showing it again next week. I got
good.
a spot on the wall right here. It's probably going to go right up there.
Oh yeah.
But Jim
yeah.
Boatwright's kids, literally awesome. So Abraham,
Yeah.
did this on a little, and you painted that for me.
Mm-hmm.
Ava painted this little
Yep.
ghost scene. It's on canvas, little canvas pieces,
Yep.
and little boat.
Yeah, I know.
12 years old.
I know.
12 years old.
I know. I saw it. Yep.
H.P. Lovecraft with
Yep.
tentacles in the background. Look at them all
Yeah.
in the background.
I watched.
It was awesome.
He showed
Buddy.
pictures and stuff of how he drew how he was drawing it and everything.
Awesome. I know.
Yeah.
I seen the post, the next post that Jim had posted with a little boat painting it on the table.
Right.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, man, because it was an interesting show. Don't get me wrong. It was because it's at the local fairgrounds, so it was a little bigger. It was at Florida State Fairgrounds, so it was a little bigger. We didn't expect to spend any money because I'm like, oh, me and Steve are like, oh yeah, man, they're not gonna have any like real comic vendors. That was a damn lie. Oh, Mr. White Gloves.
There he is.
There
How
he
you
is.
doing, buddy?
I got purple gloves, man. I got purple lavender gloves. He got white gloves. I got the medical grade stuff.
I only have it for a little bit, buddy, because
Yeah.
just so you're aware of it, I want to try to jump over when as soon as I see Smiley Tori, Captain's wife, she's supposed to be on tonight, and she's doing a 100. She broke 100 subscribers. She's doing a little celebration. Thank you. I want to make sure to catch that. So if I cut out of here, that's the only reason.
No, you're fine. We're probably only gonna do an hour anyways, something like an hour or so. So what you guys been up to? I know I know you had Unruly on yesterday. I really wanted to be on too, but I'm like I had to work, so.
I know.
Yeah.
But you know how long I've been trying to fit him in? Because
Yeah.
our time schedules, that's the rough thing. I was trying to,
Yeah.
the one time slot I had him on.
Yeah. So what
It
you
was a
been
good
up to,
show.
Randall?
Huh?
What you been up to?
Yeah. What have you been doing?
Oh, let's see. I've been working a lot this week at the back at my old job. I worked there like this morning, like from 9 a.m. to like 5 p.m. Pretty much, like you know. But yeah, just working a lot, little by little, just taking care of like some personal errands and stuff like that. I'm hoping to just free up time so I can start doing more comics and more the usual, the
Sure.
norm, pretty much.
Sure.
I'm trying to. I've been watching the Adventures of Superboy on DC Universe, and I've been trying to
Okay.
finish that up. So I'm almost done with the third season. One more season to go after that, and then I've finished the entire Adventures of Superboy television series. I used to watch that as a kid, and I always remembered like a few episodes, and so it's nice kind of like getting to like watch the whole thing now. And then I'm trying to watch as much as DC Universe as I can before it's done. Like my subscription ends 3 days after my birthday, so December 18th, and so I'm just trying to watch as much of that as I can. I did order a comic. It's a really cool comic. I don't see a lot of people talking about it. It's an original graphic novel. It is from Legendary, Legendary Comics, but it's actually the same company that does Legendary Pictures. So they've made some of the movies, like some of the DC movies, like
Right.
Christopher Nolan. They upfront like half of the budget for some of the movies. So I got this right here.
Ooh.
Oh, I hate you right now.
I had a
I
feeling.
hate you right now.
I had a feeling. Something.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you show the
So
inside of it? It's a graphic
oh yeah,
novel?
I'll show you the inside. Elle Gehring.
That's Bella Lugosi. If anybody doesn't know, that's Bella Lugosi on that cover.
Right. And the cool thing is, I think Elle Gehring's the artist. And I came across this by accident on social media. I guess like he was sharing something in a Facebook group or whatever, and I ended up friend requesting him. And he's a really nice guy, and he's been showing off pages of the book. And I love Universal Monsters. I love like all those characters. And
put up BV's comment on the bottom. Yeah. There it is. That's it.
Yeah.
The cover proves Bauhaus was wrong. I love it, buddy.
No, hold on.
Oh
wow. I even want it now.
That's nice.
Dude, yeah. He's been showing off. Like I actually ordered this off of Amazon because I'm not sure what other stores are going to be carrying this or not. The cool thing is it's in all in black and white. I asked the guy. I asked the guy who worked on the book. I asked him if they were going to maybe do like a deluxe version of the book and do it in color. And so he says it's really up to the publisher if they want to do that. So here's another cool.
Yeah, I don't think it needs color, man. I honestly don't.
I like that. How much was that, buddy?
The book, it's $30.
You can still order that, right?
Yeah, on Amazon.
I'm definitely buying one. Yeah.
And
what was the titling on it?
The title is Bram Stoker's Dracula, starring Bela Lugosi.
That's funny.
Very funny.
Mm-hmm. And the crazy thing is, like, because I browsed through the whole book, and it almost feels like, because I've never quite read like the original novel.
Okay, you haven't really?
Yeah, I've read a version of the novel, but not the actual like original writing of the novel. So I don't know. Like, you remember the movie Bram Stoker's Dracula? Who was it? Francis Ford Coppola that I think directed it.
Yes, yeah, that was good. Yeah.
So I feel like there's parts of this book that I'm like, wow, this kind of feels like, they've taken this from the movie. Of course, the movie could have just been adapting the book. But
what's it called again? Bram Stoker's Dracula, Bela Lugosi. That's what it's called.
But show the cover again,
right there on the horse. That's not something that you normally see Bela Lugosi.
Nice.
On a horse.
Yeah.
What? Show the cover again so Robert can see the title.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it says Bram Stoker, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it
Yep.
says there. Okay.
Graphic
Yeah, Bram
novel.
Stoker's
Put
Dracula starring Bela Lugosi.
and put graphic novel. It might bring it up.
Yeah, and or type in Legendary Comics. You know, I mean, it's possible that maybe this is only available on Amazon, maybe because the link that the guy put, you know, I ordered this directly from Amazon. And then the cool thing too is that I was talking to him. I chatted with him like just a little bit, just briefly.
You can see if he wants to do an interview, and we can do an interview on here.
That would be. I found it. It's $26.
Okay, so it's cheaper
$21
than
used.
Yeah.
Nice.
I wouldn't get it used. I would get it.
No,
It's
I would
only
buy brand new. You kidding me? I'd buy a brand new one, of course.
yeah, 26.
Eventually, I'll have to probably
bad.
buy another copy just because when it got
That's
mailed
awesome.
in, it got dinged on the bottom here.
Mm.
So this, you know what I'll do is I'll make this my reading copy, and then
There you go.
when I have some more money, I'll have a collector's copy, one that can like get signed and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But he mentioned the guy who worked on the book. He mentioned that he'd like to do a Frankenstein one.
Oh,
That
okay.
would be awesome.
So if this does really well, then yeah, they'll make one for Frankenstein.
Yeah, because the guy that we went to to get the books from, where we got these books from, he had a bunch of nice magazines, man. Like it's very rare to see, dude. The magazines were in great shape. Like I saw all the and I saw the Morbius one that you always show off. You know, with the
Nice.
eyes with the lady,
Yeah.
with the lady in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are
Really?
you still looking? You still looking for one? I wasn't
A
sure.
decent
That's why I'm.
copy, yeah.
If I knew that, I would have grabbed that too.
Any of the Vampire Tales, buddy. And I don't
Okay.
care which one. If you find it, come across, let me know.
No, actually, I got the
You're
guy's number.
finding them in that kind of condition. That's beautiful.
Yeah, I got his number. I can always call. Hey, hold these for me.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh,
because-
and you know what? There was one other thing that I got. I stopped over at Best Buy. I got one of those because like Best Buy's like starting to carry they've been carrying like some toys and collectibles, and I actually got something in the mailer recently, and the mailer was just nothing but advertising for toys. So it sounds like right before Christmas they're going to start stocking up everything with toys and figures. But I ended up getting the Back to the Future Part 2 DeLorean. So like, and the cool thing is the DeLorean is set up where the tires are facing flat, like when it flies.
When it's folding up. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Nice. Excuse me.
Oh, and then John is almost done with the frame. He's almost done with the frame to send off to me too. I'm like, he goes, oh, he saw me in the chat. He goes, oh yeah, I'm almost done with the frame. So what do you think of the new logo since we finally see each other?
Yeah, dude. Can I share something with you?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it'll let me do it. Maybe it won't.
No, I saw it yesterday.
Did you like it?
I watched it? Yeah, I liked it.
Good.
Yeah, because the whole reason this was already in the works. This name change and everything was already in the works. It's just my friend didn't have time to actually help me with the logo exactly. So
Okay, cool.
I talked to him that Thursday, dude. The next Thursday night when he went home, he goes, here. He sends me right away. I'm like, what? I go, I like this. It's nice and simple.
Very
Because he
cool.
goes, the first thing he asked me, what do you think of the Marvel logo? I'm like, I like it. And then that's where that came from.
Sweet.
Nice.
So I got stickers coming.
What I love about your name, the Cantonese Comic Kid, it's almost like a Western name, right? It's almost like I just like almost picture you like with a cowboy hat and the whole get up and be like, I'm the Cantonese Comic. You know, actually, you know what? That might not be bad. Like, you know, like when you start talking about Vampirella, like check out this issue of Vampirella and make it look like you're shooting. And then just have like a gun sound. You know,
Or
and
the
it's like
Kanto Kid. Yeah, or shorten it and get the Kanto Kid. So people don't.
Yeah.
My little man has been very cuddly lately.
Yeah, I think all our dogs have, because even the
Well, I had I had Peanut put down last Thursday.
Oh, okay, okay,
So I lost my big girl. She would
okay.
have been 14 on the 7th.
Yeah, but
Oh wow.
it's better to
Yeah.
have better her not
Yeah,
suffering. You know.
it was her
Yeah,
back legs. Her back legs were
yeah,
giving out.
yeah. So we got a bunch of they got a bunch of shows coming up. So let's see how that goes.
It looks like a lot of fun. Looks like you guys had fun today because that was cool when you showed up on Silver Age Sunday today at the
Yeah,
con. That was cool.
because Steve and us, Steve, and I expected Jin to spend a lot more money than us,
Yeah,
but me, me and freaking Steve, we're not gonna find nothing. Every time me and him say that, we end up seeing the guy that always has the good books. I'm like,
has the
damn it.
good books. Yep, and it never
Nice.
fails. I did get a cool book from Jim too. Another one. I'm going to read
Hmm.
this one tonight before I go to bed. This is pretty cool.
Yeah,
Oh, the
hold
Man
on.
from Planet X.
Yeah,
Oh
this is
yeah,
pretty cool. We got the same kind of style on that.
yeah. Hmm.
That was awesome. Thank you,
Oh,
Jim.
Nice.
and the guy had a bunch of what was it, Lone Ranger stuff too.
Did he?
Yeah, in
That's
good
cool.
shape too. He had a
Excellent.
lot of. All his books are in pretty decent shape. Like he had a bunch of indie books that I've been looking. Like I've always looking for these indie books, and he always has them. I'm like, damn it.
Did he have any Electrical Blue Superman books?
Probably. I just didn't look in the box. Okay,
Okay.
I was more interested in the magazines and the indies
Yeah, yeah.
because Vampirella's in there. Oh, and he had a bunch of The Cry for Dawns.
Wow.
Ah, nice.
Yeah. Yeah, he had the. Dude, I really wanted the cover, but I didn't have the money I'm like, damn it! Why couldn't this come be next week when I got paid? Because but you know the cover I'm talking about, the where it's on like the library one
Yep.
where she's just yeah. I saw that one. I saw a couple of the covers. I'm like, damn it! I really want these, but I can always
Yep.
call him and tell him to hold it. But he's
Yep.
holding two slabs for me. Yeah, issue 4 of the Eternity run of Evil Ernie. He has 4 and he has
Nice.
5, and they're both slabbed. One's a 8 and one's a 9. He wants
Cool.
one something for both, so it's not too
Very
bad.
cool. No,
Yep.
not bad at all.
And then he had a bunch of other stuff too. He had what was it? Razor, the first
Right?
appearance of She.
Yep.
Dude, that Tucci signature. The only reason I really want that book is the beautiful Tucci signature. It actually says Billy Tucci on it. He actually
Really?
signed Billy, and it says Tucci.
Nice.
You could actually
I've met Tucci a couple times. He's a nice guy.
no, I know that, but you could actually read it because the last time I had him sign something, you can't even read it now. You know what I mean?
Oh, really?
A lot.
Interesting.
Yeah. So this one, you can actually make out the B out of it. You could make out Billy. You can actually make out Billy. You know what I mean?
Sometimes I think they change their autographs because I remember one time someone was telling me like a lot of people they'll have 2 different types of autographs. They'll have
Yeah.
like their regular autograph, like they sign for everything, like if they sign checks, sign documents, and then
Right.
they'll have like an autograph that they make that they use to like when they're signing autographs for fans and
Right.
collectors and stuff like that.
Yeah. Javi's jealous of us that we got to meet up. I go in December. We're all gonna meet up with Bueller. So he better be. Oh no, he's in L.A. right now. He can't meet up with anybody except for the L.A. guys.
I'm surprised you guys just don't like I'm surprised you don't go on Facebook and you create an event and say, hey, this is when me and the guys were all meeting together and like open invite to draw in more people, and get like a big crowd of you all just like,
We were trying to do that at MegaCon, and then MegaCon got canceled.
Yeah.
No, yeah, but we actually saw. Well, I wanted to meet Bella's Toy Chest today, but we actually saw her from far, and I thought she was a lot taller. But we met her we saw her in person, and she's a little thing.
Oh yeah. What is she
Yeah.
in?
She's Bella. No, she's not in anything. She's one of the YouTubers that does the toy thing, and me and Steve.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, me and Steve ended up in one of her videos.
Nice.
That
Nice.
we didn't even know that we were in the video until I think Unruly or somebody had saw, either Jim or somebody had saw us in the video and told us, hey, you're like 15 minutes in this video. What video? Yeah, so I actually typed out something to see if she would want to do an interview or join us on this podcast, because I want, different point of
Sure.
views. Like I told you guys, I wanted different point of view, like toy
Yeah.
collectors, all kind. You know what I mean? This is
Sure.
nerding out about all kinds of stuff, and I want to see
Hey, Dusty.
why. Yeah. Oh, hey, Dusty's here. But if Dusty's not working, I sent him an invite. He's more than yeah, more than more than happy to have him in here.
Yeah.
He know where the fridge is. Like he said, it's your home. So yeah, because the chat's a little slow on my side. Yeah, so I didn't even see Dusty.
Crazy.
Yeah, there we go. There's Dusty, and
There you
there's
Yeah, there
Vigilante
he is.
saying what's up to the. Yeah, there he is. Yep, my voice, my Vampirella voice man. Yeah, I've been enjoying. Yeah, I really, dude. You could tell we were feeding for shows, because, dude, normally we don't stay that long for shows.
Right.
We stayed almost until closing, almost until 4 o'clock, until they
Wow,
shut
really?
down. Yeah,
Oh, you guys must have had a
Almost-
really good time then.
yeah. We were just, dude. They were Steve and then were at that damn table, at the guy's table for almost, like, I would take a quick little spin around, like, a couple of times. I'm like, oh yeah, we saw Bella's Bella over there. I'm like, oh, let's see if we see her again. So see her by herself. Hey, take a picture or something. So nope, walked around. I'm like, ah, whatever.
Wow.
And then I walked around real quick. Steve and then we're still at the table. I'm like, another round. I'm like, oh, okay, still at the table. But dude, the guy's books are in great shape, and he's a collector himself, so he knows. You know what I mean? And he goes, hey,
Definitely.
if you want to. Yeah, if you want to open it up and check it for yourself, hey, go ahead, But this is the same guy. This guy has the other guy help him with the stuff. This is the TampaCon guy I do that Puff is telling you about. When Puff was looking through a box, he goes, "Aren't you Stay Puff?" That's the
Nice.
guy. Yeah, this is the same guy.
Oh, hopefully next time, man.
Yeah. Like I joke around, you know where the fridge is. That's why you gotta invite. But that's his line, because he goes, we're family now. I know where the fridge is and everything. That was his line from Silver Age Sundays whenever he jumps in. I wanted to stay longer, but I was worried about the reception at the con not being good. So it'd be halfway walking, and then we'd be frozen the whole time when we're
Sure.
there over there.
And this was at the
Florida State Fairgrounds.
Fairgrounds?
Yeah, because it was the toy, comic, and car show. So it had the slot cars.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. But me and Steve didn't think that was, gonna be that many vendors. Dude, there was a crap ton of comic vendors. We did, well, not a crap ton, but like enough where we're
More than you were expecting. You probably thought
Yeah.
there'd be like
Fun.
2 or 3.
Yeah,
Yeah, you know what? You guys are always finding the fire.
yeah. But it's because I noticed one thing about Florida in general. It's a lot of comic guys. A lot of people, like, I've noticed that too. And then a lot of the comic creators come down here because they like the warm weather.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like some of them are from New York, and
Yeah.
it's expensive in New York, so like Florida is much cheaper compared to New York, so they come
Mhm.
down here and they still get to stay in the East Coast,
Mhm.
and
They don't got to
Yeah.
change to the West Coast time, some of them can't handle West Coast time.
right? Yeah, I mean, just California and the West Coast is almost a different world, I suppose.
Mhm.
I can't wait till we meet up for once and for all, dude.
Yeah. All of us, because I'm excited to meet Bueller in December. I'm really
Yeah.
excited for that.
No, it'd be cool.
You guys can recreate the scenes from that movie, Love Actually. You see, one by one, you see the guys coming through the airport, and everyone's like, "Ah."
Yeah, well, if this stuff is still around, they won't let us do that.
Nah, I have a gut feeling, man, that a lot of this pandemic stuff's going to be tackled early
Mm.
next
Let's
year.
hope so.
You know,
Let's hope
yeah,
so.
I
Yeah.
hope so. And I know everybody wants everything to go back to normal as soon as possible. You know, people want to be able to
Yeah.
go out and have a good time, man, and that's all they're
Dude,
doing. I
well,
mean,
right now people because last night going to work was like because there's a couple bars next to the job and dude the bars were freaking full. So
of course, yeah.
yeah
There are people that like don't care. They're like, I want to
yeah
party now. I don't care.
yeah
Which is sad because you know that there's going to eventually several of those people they're going to get infected, man.
yeah.
Nice. Yep.
Low key hating on all y'all.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but we didn't expect to find any. Honestly, me and Steve didn't expect to find that many books. We got like you said, we expected maybe two vendors, if that. Because
Right.
last time we went to the same show, they didn't have that many vendors. They didn't have that many comic vendors. They had more toy vendors than anything, and we couldn't even walk. You know what I mean?
Right.
This time, since they were in a bigger area, it was more spread out, so it was
Yeah,
easier to get around. It was actually easier to
I,
find
I
books.
I wonder if they got a good deal on doing that whole
Well,
con, because
yeah. Mhm.
you
It
know
was
like
in it was in what was it? It was in the fairgrounds has the what are those halls called again? They're not
I'll be honest with you, I haven't been to the fairgrounds in probably like 15 or 20 years.
yeah. But there's like a convention hall type thing and they were in the first
I didn't
convention
even know
hall.
that existed.
Yeah. Yeah, so they were into like the first convention hall and they didn't even fill up the whole convention hall. It was only the first
Yeah,
like the first half
Wow.
of it and that was it. And
cool.
yeah, but it was
Brother, am I going to see
interesting.
you next Saturday?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't work until the next Saturday. I work is not until after New Year's, the second. So
Okay. Cool. Well,
that's what schedule my
am I going
schedule
to have
says.
two co-hosts or one?
Two. You're gonna have me
Okay.
too. Me
All
and
right.
me.
I
Yep.
told Monty that, so he was
Yeah.
wondering.
No, I
All right,
like
I got
it.
to
I
go.
like because I like it when it's more than one of us because then we can all play off each other.
Good
It's
point
it's
of
funner.
view. Yep.
Yeah. Not only
All
that,
right,
but it's
buddy.
funner because then Monty gives me more energy to so I it's more fun that way. All right. I know
Randall,
Robert. You got.
I
Yeah.
got to go. You guys,
All right, man.
love you guys.
Good
Take care,
seeing you.
buddy.
Take it easy, man.
Buddy.
Yeah, it was fun with Tim today. We actually got to hunt with Tim today.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and it's cool to hear like the information about the books too, because I go to Tim's always oh wow this is the really nice and da 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 da. Da. First person I told Tim to go to was the back table at the by the bathroom. I told him to go to because the where I got the Vampirellas and stuff. I just saw some books that I knew he would like. I go, dude, you might want to check this guy out back here first before you go
Yeah.
check it. He didn't listen, and then when he went back to the guy, he goes, "Damn it."
He's like, I should have listened. I should have
Yeah.
listened.
hmm Yeah. So the
Yeah, I
books to
thought he was
play.
working today. I guess he got today off.
Yeah. Well, he saw it was a little show. He'd been wanting to go to like me and Steve. Like we haven't been to a
Yeah.
show in forever, so we wanted to do a show. So it's like, you know what I mean? So he went
That's
to a
cool.
show, and we met up and stuff. It was $8 to park, but it was still kind of worth it. If
How
you
much
think
was it
about
to get in?
$5. We waited until noon. If you didn't wait until noon, like if you came at 8 o'clock, it was like $10.
Oh, so you
Because,
waited. Yeah, you got a better deal by waiting.
yeah, yeah. But because
Yeah,
if you
parking
didn't,
was
if
more
you,
than parking
yeah,
cost more than it did to get in.
right. So that was it. That was good. Yeah, yeah, man. Because it was fun. I had fun. So that's all that can. I had fun. All the even Jim's kids had fun. So that's all that counted. Because it was funny because Steve goes getting books. He tells the kids to go find a $15 book. So they're all digging through the boxes looking for a $15 book. It was funny.
That's awesome, man.
No, it's the fun. It was fun, man. Like actually doing this YouTube thing. I'm actually enjoying it because I actually get to meet people and I actually have other friends besides
Oh, dude,
Yeah,
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 absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely. I mean, YouTube is just another form of social media, you
Hmm.
know. And the
Hmm.
cool thing is, you can see videos of other people. You can see,
Yeah,
you get to hear about, the things that they like and what
yeah.
they're into,
Hmm.
and vice versa. They can see the stuff that you're into.
Yeah.
And then when you run into each other, you're like, "Hey, I know you. Like, I've seen your
Yeah,
videos," and you're like, "Yeah, I've
yeah,
seen your videos too."
yeah,
And it's like, "Hey, we're meeting each other. That's awesome."
yeah. It's yeah, that's the funnest part of it, man. It's like just meeting people in general. Like that's the whole reason that's the whole reason I wanted to go anyways to this show was because Bella's Toycha said she was gonna be there, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
okay. But and then we saw her with either boyfriend or something and talking to somebody, so I didn't want to interrupt and say, hey, let's take a picture or something. Don't want you know one
yeah.
don't want to be I don't want to be an asshole or a dick and go,
Oh, yeah, yeah. No, I
interrupt. Yeah,
understand.
yeah.
Nice.
Sometime, yeah, yeah. I wouldn't mind, Monty. It would be fun. Meet Mr. White Gloves. Yeah. Yeah, with all that extra energy. Dude,
Yeah.
I haven't been to bit well, I took a nap, but I haven't been to real sleep yet because I worked the night before and I was way too excited to go to this thing. So, yeah, so huh, he goes
Oh,
11
I'm
yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, yeah, no, you're good.
I'm
11:30 he
sure
goes
as soon as we get done here, like like 5-10 minutes later, you're gonna be like, "Oh, it's hitting me hard," and then you'll like go right to sleep.
yeah. Yeah, he goes, yeah, because Steve goes, oh yeah, we're meeting at 11:30. I go, dude, if I go home and just lay here, I'm gonna end up falling asleep. So I'm sitting there waiting until 10:30. I'll go, oh, okay, I'm heading to Steve's house because if I don't, I'm gonna end up falling asleep and not missing this.
Yeah, that can easily happen, especially
Yeah.
with today's weather. Today's weather was definitely like it was very like
Mm.
windy and
Yeah.
dark, and it was almost like storm weather.
Mm.
And it did rain a little bit, so it was like it's that kind of weather where if you're at home and it's dark enough, it's like I'm gonna just take a nap or I'm gonna sleep. I couldn't do that today. Today I've been working pretty much all day.
Yeah.
You know, worked all day and then got off work and went to the second job, worked there for a
Yeah.
couple hours, and then came here. So
Yeah.
I was supposed to meet up with Tim
Yeah.
tonight, but
Yeah.
Tim mentioned like with the football game and traffic and all that being crazy, he said
Yeah.
tomorrow would be better. And I'm like
Yeah.
definitely tomorrow
And
definitely would be better. I'm
I,
off tomorrow.
Yeah, but I joked around with him. I joked around with Tim. I go, I guess watching the Bucks is more important than meeting up with Randall, right? But I forgot he lives by the stadium. That's what I forgot about traffic. I forgot he lives by the
Yeah,
stadium.
yeah.
That's why.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah,
forgot.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't. I'm not even sure if he even likes football or if he's a Bucks fan. I don't know.
No, no, yeah,
But
but it's funny.
yeah, I never hear him talk about sports. But anyways, like I just know how like tired Tim can be, and same here with me. Like today was just a long day for me.
Yeah,
I definitely.
it's been a long
I
day for all three of us because he was
oh,
at the
definitely for
show.
you guys because you were out there in the fairgrounds with all the walking.
Yeah, it was
You're at the
fun. It was
con.
Yeah, but we didn't really do much walking. We did like a little bit of walking, and then we just ended up standing there and looking, looking at the box the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
yeah. But you did two jobs. Yeah. So I understand that part. I mean, if you want to cut it short, it's fine with me, man. So you know what I mean. It's fine with me
I mean,
too.
no, I mean, we had 10 more minutes. We can make it to the 1 hour. We'll make it
Yeah,
to the one
yeah,
hour mark, and then we're good.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Have you been
Yeah, but
watching
like,
the Mandalorian?
yeah, I watched the first episode. I liked it. The
Oh, you
second
haven't watched the second
episode.
episode yet?
No, I watched the second episode. It was okay. It wasn't
Yeah,
the yeah. First episode was better. A little better. So.
yeah. I suppose.
Mm,
Yeah, I mean, well, because the first episode was just so much more action. I think.
yeah. But
You know.
don't try to spoil not. Don't try to spoil nothing because some people didn't see it
Okay,
yet.
I won't spoil anything. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Just to
But no,
be nice to them. We can't really do that.
hey, when have I been bad? When have I been mean to people? I'm
No, no,
never mean to anyone.
I know. I'm just messing. But you know what I would be interested in though
Yeah.
is to see Lilith, the character Lilith, this character, and Vampy meet up with each other. Like actually see what what the battle would be.
They never crossed over before.
I don't think so, because she's a Warren character, and then back then she's the Lilith is a. But her mom's her. The funny thing is, Vampy's mom's name is Lilith too.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's funny because, but dude, but the damn continuity for her is freaking messed up because the Warren one is one set, then Dynamite has a freaking 2 to 3 different. I'm like, what the hell, man?
Oh, dude, yeah. I just I don't get how like all these companies and all these people, I don't
Mm,
get how they can't structure and get their continuity like
mm,
organized. You
mm-hmm,
know, like I'm
mm-hmm.
sure you heard recently about like what DC's going to do. The rumor
Yeah,
about DC is they're going to do away with continuity and like everyone's going to just have free reign of like it's all about writing good stories. That's all they care about. But I mean,
that's
part of the
not
reason
that's
some of the
not a
stories
yeah, but that's
are
not a bad thing. Not a bad thing.
um I kind of think it is a bad thing because it's
No,
a
no. I
universe.
mean, the continuity part, but I'm saying, but if it's the if at least if the story's kind of good, it's.
Yeah, I mean the story. Like here, my concern is like the story's good, but then guess what? It
Mm,
doesn't mean anything because there's no
right.
continuity.
Right.
You know, so
Like the like you said, the three last week, like the three Jokers thing. We don't know if it's in continuity or not.
exactly.
Yeah.
Great story,
What?
great
But
story,
yeah, but
but
some like
does it matter? Does it mean anything?
but the
You
funny
know?
thing is it's that's what was it? That is polarizing because some people think it's good and some people think it's okay, you know what I mean? Or some people think it's straight garbage.
Yeah, I mean, what kills me about the corporate companies is that
Mm,
they all they care about is making money.
mm.
That's it. You know?
But did you use at least skim crossover like Donnie's new book this week?
No, I'm gonna wait on it. I'm gonna wait,
Mm.
probably trade.
Okay.
Um, just because there's just too much out there, and I'm so tight with money.
Hmm. Yeah.
You know, I spent a lot of money on that Three Jokers. So,
Yeah.
but and then like the only independent book I'm getting right now, excuse me, two. Chad is holding for me like the Walking Dead reprints.
Oh.
They're reprinting the series in color, the single issues.
Yeah, yeah, I remember.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so I got the
No.
first issues. I guess issue 2 already came out.
Yep.
So I need to swing by there and pick those up. And then I got the first issue of Last Ronin. I haven't picked it up yet.
Right.
So I mean, there's so many comic books out there I want to collect. I want to read. It's
Right.
just
But
it's tough.
since I've been collecting, working on this, I'm
Yeah,
50 now. Now I'm 55 away. But this was the hard one because I re-looked at it. I'm like, wait a minute. I saw it in the box, and I'm like, I looked at the number. I'm like, oh shit, it's one of the last ones.
yeah,
Yeah. Plus, it's in decent shape. I
yeah.
can't wait until they get the guy that we were getting pressed and cleaned it. He cleaned my number 3.
Oh yeah,
I got him I gave him number 3. He cleaned it really nice, dude. That book is like a completely different book. If you look at it, you're like
yeah,
the back especially the back came out so really white, like
yeah.
brand new white. Like that's how white
Yeah.
it came out. You're like, what the hell?
Now let's see some of the comments here.
Yeah, he's new. This one's new.
Good if it
First
attracts a new audience.
yeah,
The thing about the new audience, there's not that many new people I think that are buying single issues. Not
right.
new people.
A lot
Um,
of the new guys that like trades more. I noticed the newer collectors
yeah,
like trades
the new
better.
people will get trades,
Yeah,
um, and that's fine. Like that's good, that's great. But I mean, that's what I'm saying is like you can create stories that are continuity free
right,
and just sell them as trades. And
right.
then all the other, the single issues, you can kind of just focus on. Like, I mean, DC's already cutting down their titles. They're cutting down on their ongoing series. So
But
when you do that,
they're all cutting down, man. And
no,
they're
I
not
know.
all.
But what I'm saying is, when you have less ongoing books,
Ooh,
it's easier to structure. It's easier to build a functioning continuity.
hey, are you going in on this future state or whatever this thing is in DC?
Oh
Is
yeah,
it
yeah, yeah, absolutely.
okay?
Um, Future State's only for 2 months.
Right.
Even Tim, I think Tim told me that he wanted to get every issue, so I'm ordering every issue of Future State for him.
The only reason I'm saying because last time I did something like that, it was you remember, it was with you, Futures End, and I got 2 sugar boxes filled with Futures and stuff.
Oh yeah, but Futures End was a weekly series.
No, I know, I'm joking around, but
Yeah.
I learned my lesson with those damn series because I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah. Well, it's a weekly series, right? And it was for a whole year, so you were buying 4 issues a month.
Yeah.
Of Futures End.
Yeah.
And there were some good parts. Like it started off strong, and then
Yeah.
but the problem is when you do a series that's 52 issues long,
Yeah.
it's hard to keep the momentum going. You know,
Right,
there were times where there were some issues where it was just like and then some issues were like, oh, this was good.
Yeah.
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 You know,
It was,
so like
man, it was just interesting. That's all.
If they ever do a weekly series, like if they ever do like a weekly comic, it should be a series like Brave and the Bold, you know, where it's like different heroes teaming up with different heroes, and they're like 1 issue story arcs, you know. That way, you know, you have it keeps it fresh. Like every issue that comes out, it's different characters, you know, different stories, different stuff that's going on. And it's weekly, you know. And then I think the biggest thing too is just making sure that you have like some of the best artists working on those books.
Yeah.
Because if you start getting some artists on there where their art is just like, you know, kind of boring,
hot garbage.
Yeah, your favorite saying, hot garbage.
Well, yeah, or that it's not my favorite saying. It's just one of our friends, Keep It Thorough, is always saying, straight trash or hot garbage. That's where I got it from. I like it because I took it and ran with it.
And I agree with you, William. Like if DC does away with continuity, you know, I think a lot of people will be done with them. But I also think like worst case scenario, watch it be like something that they only do for like a couple years or a few years, and then
like 52 was.
Yeah, and then what they'll do is they'll just do another event book, and then they'll start saying like, hey, continuity, like, you know, it all starts here, you know, and like, you know, and then keep in touch and stuff like that. Because I don't know why it's so hard to do continuity unless you just have like really crappy editors.
Yeah, but the only DC book I'm really reading is the Harley Joker Criminal Insanity.
Oh yeah, the DC Black Label one, I think, right?
Yeah. That's the only one I'm really reading because it's one of me and Tim's friend Ed. It's actually a criminal psychologist, so it's actually kind of interesting to see his take on it. You know what I mean? His take on a Joker and Harley type relationship.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, like manga's a different. Manga's like, oh man,
mangas are a completely different animal there.
Exactly, it really is. It really is. Like you have part of the reason mangas are so good is because, or manga, part of the reason it's so good is because you have probably several artists.
Well, you should know it better than anybody else because you're part Japanese. That's how to say it the right way.
No, I'm not part Japanese.
No, I'm just messing with you.
Yeah. But no, I mean you have several artists that basically draw like the same art style, you know. So if you maintain the same art style,
plus
for
like
100 mangas, you know, like 100 volumes.
Yeah, but the way they work, the way they work over there isn't it completely different the way they work over here? You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. They do it in black and white to save money, right? So
not only that, and it's structured. It's like, hey, we need you to do this. We need you to do this part, and we need the other guy to do this part.
Yeah, they draw mangas as if they were drawing an animated series.
You know? Like it's like a factory, pretty much.
Yeah, and then when you have 3 or 4 artists that have the same art style, right? They're drawing.
Why do you think Art Germ, what is it? All the new Korean artists look similar because they all worked in Hong Kong before, and they all worked.
And they're taught to draw that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely, yeah.
Why do you think they're like Dan? What was it? Daniel? I can't remember. Is it Daniel Wu or Daniel something?
Uh-huh.
Is Arjun's one of Arjun's proteges, but they look similar almost. You know what I mean? All three of these guys look
Oh
these
yeah,
three
yeah, yeah.
artists,
So
but
that's like what's his name? Michael Turner. Michael Turner
yeah,
had like a protege, and
yeah.
his art style is similar to Michael Turner, but you can still tell the difference.
Right, right. Yeah,
You know?
just a little bit. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
it looks really, really like each other, but just a little twist on it, and it's the
yeah.
other guy. You know. So,
Can we just train every artist to draw like Jim Lee?
hmm.
You know, like how
Well,
awesome
I
would that
mean,
be?
that would be kind of weird because then everybody would be Ghibli style. But you don't know if a lot of new artists maybe take inspiration from him because
Yeah,
look at Todd McFarlane's signature in general. His
yeah,
signature looks like Fruzetta's signature. If you take the damn Frazetta F and
yeah,
come
yeah,
and just and mutate it into his T, is it exactly what it is? It is Fruzetta's signature.
yeah, yeah,
Because the only reason I even know because I compared the signature pretty much.
yeah.
I looked at the signature like really close. I'm like, if I messed around with it and just made it look like Frazetta's F, everybody would think all the Todd stuff is Frazetta stuff.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, if
But I
they
mean, but
wanted
then they would look at the art and they would know that it's not Frazetta.
no, but I'm just joking around. But if you mess with
Yeah,
the signature a little bit and actually
yeah, yeah. You alter the signature and people are like, "What?
Mm.
Frazetta?"
Yeah, if you alternate it enough, because if you look at their signatures side by side, they almost look similar.
Yeah,
Similar
yeah.
enough.
I wouldn't be surprised if because I think Todd is a Frazetta fan,
Yeah.
and so I wouldn't be surprised if like Todd purposely did that. He's like, I'm going to make my signature look the
Yes.
style
Close.
of the
Yeah, yeah,
way Frazetta like signs, you know.
yeah. It was
So like,
interesting to see because I didn't notice it until
yeah,
I really like looked up close to his signature. Like I had what was it, Angela or something like I forgot what I had the first Angela 9 issue
yeah,
9 where it said had McFarlane on it and then had a signature there. I'm like I looked
yeah.
at it. I'm like, what the hell?
It's
What's the signature?
it's amazing what artists can do. You know, what's hilarious was there was this one moment at a convention
Mm,
where I was working with I was working for CBCS.
right.
And so I went to go witness a signature, and I walk over to Tom King because the person wants to get something signed by Tom.
Right.
Tom kind of just like looks up at me, and he looks at the shirt, and he's like, "Are you a CGC?" And I'm like, "No, we're the other company. We're CBCS." And he's like,
Right.
"Oh, okay." And so he's like, "So what's the difference between the two of you guys?" And I said the biggest difference is that we offer the what do you call it?
Authentication.
The
Yeah.
authentication, yeah. And so he's like, interesting. So he's like, well, what if someone can forge it? You know, like what if someone? He's like, my signature, for example. Like, so what if someone copied my signature? You
Right.
know, and then they scan it in the system, and it comes up as it matches. And I said, well, I think it'd be hard for somebody to forge your signature. You know, like because we do the scans and the computers, they match up the signatures. So if
Yeah, but
something
not
seems
not only
off.
that, but like you would say, or like if he was a lefty and a righty person signed it, you can see
Oh
like
yeah, yeah.
yeah, like only reason I even know
Well,
this, I watched way too many crime shows, so
yeah,
yeah, if your artist is a lefty guy and he signs it with lefty and you have a righty sign it, their O or one of the letters in the freaking thing is gonna look a little awkward.
yeah. Well, like, so anyways, Tom was telling, oh, not Tom, but like, oh, I think it was Tom, but next to him was the artist that was working with him on one of the comics,
Right.
and he's like, this guy right here, he can forge my signature,
Oh,
and
I remember. I don't think I was with you, but I remember somebody else brought it up. I think it was the CGC walked up to him and something. Because I remember at MegaCon, I walked by one time. I overheard the conversation.
yeah, yeah. And so the hilarious part was I was just like kind of like laughing it off and joking, like,
Mm,
okay, yeah. It's like, nah, I don't think so. And then
right.
the artist, straight dead face, looked at me and he's like, I can do it. And I was just like, all right. And then I called their bluff. I was like, let's do it. I said, go ahead, do it right now. Let's submit it. I want to see it. If you guys are convinced you can do it, let's do
I
this.
would have
Let's
I
try
would have
this
just
out.
I would have just found one of his early books like for $1 or something, and I would have hey, here, Tom.
Yeah.
yeah. And had the artist sign it. I would have went here. Here's one of Tom's early books. It's
Oh
only
yeah,
a
yeah. I mean,
dollar.
I think they were just like, they were just playing around. I think.
Yeah, joshing around and stuff. But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
but
They're
yeah,
at the convention and they're signing and
yeah,
meeting a lot of people
yeah.
and they're just
But you know this the meeting a lot of people thing is gonna be a little different now since this stuff had happened.
yeah, yeah.
I
Oh,
bet
definitely, definitely. I mean, there's
I'm
definitely going to be a lot more hand
yeah, I'm
sanitizer.
wondering what. Yeah, not only that, but I'm wondering what cons are gonna be like now, since since this happened and now
I
let's just say everything gets back to normal. But
yeah.
are we gonna put caps on stuff because it's still like hey only this amount of people in, so it's not so crowded and
Oh, like
people
keeping
can't.
the distance, making sure
Yeah,
everyone's wearing
right,
masks.
right.
Oh, sure, sure. Yeah, I think they're going to keep doing that. Not they'll keep doing that until there's
Yeah,
been like a couple of vaccines out,
yeah,
and then they say that until the coronavirus can be treated like a regular virus.
yeah,
Until that they have that vaccine to fight it off, which it's still going to take a while. But
yeah.
I think once Biden goes in office, he's going to speed that up.
Mm,
Um, he's going to hire a bunch of professionals. They're going to like kick
right,
this whole pandemic,
right, right,
you know, in the butt.
right, right,
Like
right,
based on what I've seen and heard, apparently Trump wasn't doing anything about it.
right, right.
He's like, oh, it'll eventually go away, and his cabinet wasn't doing anything. He wasn't doing
Right,
anything.
right, yeah, yeah. Well, let's not get into politics because then everybody and their mom are gonna be jumping in on this thing.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just
Well, no,
saying. I'm just saying.
I'm not talking bad about anybody.
No,
I'm just
no, no,
saying,
no.
like,
I'm just saying. I'm tired of the whole damn thing already. You know.
you
You
know,
know what
it's
I mean?
funny.
It's
You know, it's funny. People have been tired about it, but I think
mm,
people are less tired about it now.
mm.
Oddly enough.
But I'm not. I'm tired of both sides. I don't give.
Oh no, I know.
Yeah, yeah. But the only reason I'm like that is because it's like all you guys do is like two monkeys shitting in
Yeah,
a
yeah.
hand and
Well, I
poof.
mean, yeah, you want to like, and I totally respect. I respect how you feel. I respect what you want.
Yeah,
Like you're the type of person like you don't want any trouble. You don't want any fighting.
yeah,
You just want to have a good time. You want everyone to get along. You
yeah.
want to be able to like have fun and joke, And so like when we talk about politics or when we talk
Since
about like,
Vigilante is over there in Austria, this is what he got to say.
oh yeah, I mean the media, right? I mean
Yeah,
let's be real. We're tired of the media
yeah,
because the media is the one that is always pushing and promoting it. You know,
mm,
um, media sucks, man. I
yeah.
mean, I
Because
think that's why I kind of prefer social media over. But even social media is kind of like
yeah,
turning into the regular media,
hmm yeah. Because
Um,
they're dude. Right now, it's more cancel culture than anything else. It's like
oh, sure, sure. But I mean, like,
if you go complete
the,
opposite or you talk
yeah,
a bunch of garbage about something.
like if you're watching the news, if you're on TV and the
Mm,
news is like spouting all the stuff that you don't want to watch or listen, you change the channel, right?
yeah,
You change the channel or you turn the TV off. And so,
right.
kind of, I suppose, same thing with social media. Like, if a
Hmm,
post pops up and I'm like, I don't want to see this post. I don't
right.
want to hear about this. I don't want to read about this. I have no interest in it. You kind of just click on it and you hide the post. And then
Hmm.
the cool thing is
Yep.
the algorithms in social media, after a while, after you keep hiding the post, eventually the algorithm knows, like, oh, you don't like these posts. So we
Right.
will make sure that they don't pop up on your feed.
Uh-huh.
So that's the
Or
cool thing.
sometimes it weirds me out. Sometimes like I'd be talking about something or like
Oh
to.
yeah, like an item, and it pops
Uh,
up, and you're like, "Hey, buy this."
I'm like, dude, I was just talking about it with Rando, or I was just talking about it with Tim, and I'm like, what the hell? Why is this on my phone?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, for some people, it bothers them. It does not bother me. You know
No,
why?
no, it doesn't
Because
bother me
I
at all.
love
It's just,
convenience.
yeah, but it's just funny because it's like, I was just talking about this. Well, what the hell?
Right? Right?
Yeah.
Um,
Yep.
I should be constantly just talking into my phone.
Mm,
Electrical blue Superman.
mhm,
Electrical blue Superman.
mhm.
And it'll just start like I'm gonna start seeing all kinds of posts of electrical blue Superman.
Yeah, man, because it was a good, it was an interesting day, pretty much. Man, it was like pretty good, pretty cool. It was really nice to be, actually doing something like different at a con. It was actually
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
Yeah, and the con was safe. It wasn't like it wasn't safe.
Oh, nice. Yeah, leather jacket, and 10 minutes later, I had leather jacket ads, and yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I mean Instagram's owned by Facebook, so Instagram's going to do the same thing that Facebook does.
Mhm.
And all of them will do it. That's how they're making their money. They're making these deals with all these,
Yeah.
people that are trying to sell stuff. Hot singles in your neighborhood, right? I should go on there and be like, no crazy women, no
Mm.
crazy women. You know what happens? All the women are deleted from my social media. No, I'm just kidding, because they're all crazy.
Yeah.
I'm going to be wearing my red and blue lantern shirts all week. The red says rage and the blue says hope. See how many people think they are political shirts. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Or where Star Wars the what was it the New Hope and then
Yeah.
because if they're not nerds, if they're not like Star Wars fans, or if they're not fans of these
Yeah.
stuff in general, they're gonna think it's political shit because
Actually, I
New
don't know.
Hope.
I don't know if you saw my shirt. Did you see my shirt with the
Yeah, I saw it.
the Shogun?
Yeah.
Bruce Lee's there in the background.
Mhm. I saw
My
that.
buddy Jerry Ma,
Mm.
he made this shirt, and so
Ah.
I he's been like promoting it and showing it. So I was like, oh, you know what, I'll buy a shirt, show some
Yeah.
support. I could always use a new shirt in my
Yeah. So these are I'm gonna end up like the logo. I'm gonna show you again, but yeah. So I'm gonna create a shirt with that logo, and then I'm gonna
Nice.
create like uh mug. Well, not a mug, but like a one of those metal things. I'm gonna see how much it's gonna cost to do some of this stuff, but it doesn't hurt to have stuff like
Dude,
that.
get a poster made and have the poster in the background.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I got stickers coming, so yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
Oh, nice,
Yeah,
yeah.
I
You
was
see,
curious. Yeah,
if I had the money, I'd be doing all of that. I'd be doing what
yeah,
you're doing right now.
yeah, and then
I still
sticker
owe you.
wise.
I still owe you a Comic Book Collectors League shirt.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, you know what we could do when I get
Trade off.
when
We'll
I
both
finally
trade
get.
shirts.
We'll switch shirts. Yeah. So one day you'll be wearing
Yeah.
Comic Book Collectors League, and I'll be wearing Cantonese Comic Kid.
Yeah. Yeah. But I need to come up with like a slogan for like Cantonese Comic Kid, or and then you know how like this one the Extreme Nerd Table. Let's get nerdy, or some like a little slogan or something.
Yeah.
Cantonese Comic Kid, the Kanto Kid, or
Yeah, the what was it, the CCK and Friends, or
yeah,
CCK and Super Friends, or whatever.
right, yeah. CCK and something. CCK and Vimpy.
Yeah.
Just messing around, but yeah, man, because I have another one that's in the works too, probably that because I got because this is another nickname that people have been giving me on Instagram, the
Yeah.
Cantonese Comic King. This was the very first one, and it's still CCK.
Yeah, it's still CCK. So yeah, you get to do both.
Yeah, I
Or
was
you can
thinking.
have two personas, right?
Yeah. I was thinking
You-
about the two personas, and then I was thinking about creating a shirt with a crown, and it says Cantonese Comic King on it. And
There
then
you go,
my,
yeah,
my
but-
boy that made me this logo said the Cantonese Comic King was too pretentious.
Oh, too pretentious.
Yeah, he was joking around with me. He said it was too pretentious.
You see, the Cantonese Comic Kid sounds like you're, like a cowboy, right? Like, and then the Cantonese Comic King sounds like you're a wrestler.
Yeah. But that's the because
Oh,
that
Grand
was
Wizard.
our
I see what you're going with on that one. That's funny.
Yeah.
The Grand Wizard.
Oh, it's the CCK.
You'll have to get like a tiny pointy like white hat
Hmm.
as the Grand Wizard.
Create a lot. Actually, might even create an avatar too eventually. I'm working on all that stuff right now. I
That's
got
good, man.
ideas. Yeah.
Yeah, because you can take all of that. Like, dude, you
Mm.
love this. You love YouTube. You love
Mm.
the community. You love doing this.
Yeah.
And what's great is when you're doing all that, you're branding yourself. And when you
Yeah.
brand yourself, that helps people kind of like remember who you are.
Yeah. That's the
People
whole.
will be like,
because
hey,
I
I know
didn't.
that guy.
Yeah, because the whole reason I was working on it because Robert, all of them have a logo. You know what I mean? I'm like I need one. So I'm like I was tired of my face being the logo.
And then
so-
if you find somebody that's good with
yeah.
with what do you call it? Photoshop, right?
Yeah.
Or somebody good at video editing, right? You can have like Thanos standing there with a gauntlet, and
Yeah.
on each side is all the different guys' logo.
Yeah.
So it'll be like your logo, your
Yeah.
band logo, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. Yeah, there only can be one.
Right? Or it'd be like a trophy, and like each of
Mm.
you get to share the trophy. Like, okay,
Yeah.
who's the nerd winner of the
Yeah.
year? You know,
Yeah.
you get to
Yeah,
hold it like the
but
Stanley Cup or something like that. You know?
yeah, it's just it's all in fun anyways. Like, but honestly, I want like you said, branding. The whole
Yeah.
thing, the whole thing was Jeff Comic 813 doesn't roll off the tongue as much as this does. You know
No,
what I mean?
it's a great name. It's a long name, but it's a great name.
Yeah, and
You know?
CCK. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Cantonese comic.
CCK sounds like a wrestling move. Like,
Yeah,
oh no, there he is. He's doing the CCK.
yeah,
You know.
yeah. But it's fun because people remember it. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, that's the guy, Cantonese comic kid, or that's the CCK guy, or the Cantonese comic king, or whatever it is. It's
Yeah,
easy
yeah,
to remember. Yeah. It's not hard, you know what I mean? It's like, or
yeah,
the Canto kid, even shorter.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
man,
dude,
it
that's
was.
why like when I did mine, like if you abbreviate it, the Comic Book Collectors League, the
Hmm.
CBCL, you know.
Yeah,
The funny thing is, there's already a company out there.
right.
Because when I went to go do Twitter, I tried to get like CBCL,
Yeah,
and like some other company already has that Twitter handle, so I had to put the CBCL. So
right.
like Comic Book Collectors League, you know.
Yeah,
Oh, cool. Vigilante Kid, he's working on the logo.
yeah,
Yeah, man. Drawing takes time. I mean, it
yeah,
just depends on the artist, and of course, it depends on how much
yeah,
you're paying them. You know,
yeah,
like some artists, like if you pay them a good chunk of money, like I'll have it done for you in a
yeah.
week. You know,
Yeah, but me and my almost treated. He's like my brother. That's who made me the logo. He's almost like my brother, man. It's like, and he's always want me to go do better. You know what I mean? He's
dude,
always
those are the
making,
best people to have in your life.
yeah,
You know, the ones that want you to succeed. The when you have a group of friends and everybody wants them to succeed and do
Mhm.
well. You know, that's the best, man. Like
Yeah.
like those are the best
Mm.
people to have in your life. I still think a comic series on when you used to be a bouncer.
Oh
And
yeah, yeah. Oh, I mean, yeah, I could do that too. And then I could
yeah,
have the girls I used to work with jump on it. You know how many views I would get?
yeah. It's like oh, that's funny. You're Louis C.K.'s brother.
Hmm.
Get
Oh
it?
yeah,
CTK,
yeah,
CK.
CCK. I'm the Cantonese kid. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You sleep with your artist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah. Yeah. So
There's
that's
a
I
funny
can I
joke.
can't. Yeah, I can't wait to see Vigilantes one. I honestly can't wait to see
Yeah.
that one. I can't because honestly, the whole reason that even this came to be was the name came from Steve, came from the friend Steve. Because Steve,
Yeah.
I was joking around with Steve. I go, he goes, oh yeah, I like watching boxing. I go, hey Steve, what would my boxing name be? And that's where that came from.
Oh yeah. That can be a boxing name too. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't think
So
about that.
yeah, because and then I'm like, I like that. And then I go, see, I'm gonna use it. First thing I told him. Yeah, and then I had the friend work on he's been working on it. He's been busy because he's been doing movie stuff. You know what I mean? Like working on movie stuff and stuff like that. So he didn't have the time to help me out with this. And he goes, oh, hey, I got some free time, man. I saw him this Thursday. He goes, oh yeah, I got some free time. I didn't think it would be that fast. I think maybe I thought it was gonna be like 2-3 weeks before he came out with something. Dude,
Nice.
I told him that Thursday night he went home. I got it like maybe like 5-10 minutes after. I'm like, holy shit.
So how many subscribers you got going on now?
317.
That's awesome, man.
Hmm.
317. Before
Hmm.
you know it, you'll be at 500, and
Yeah,
then before you know
yeah,
it, boom, 1,000.
yeah, yeah. That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
When I'm at 1,000, and then that's gonna be the interesting part. Is
Oh
when I
yeah,
hit
yeah.
it. Yeah. But you never know, man. But I'm working on a lot more stuff too. Like, I want honestly I want to do skits. I want to do some skits too. But I
Yeah,
need to find people that actually want to do it. With me.
yeah,
My
absolutely.
thing, yeah,
You got to do the consistency. You got to,
hmm
it's tough.
yeah,
I know what you
yep,
mean. I know what you mean.
yeah,
I had a buddy of mine. He wanted to do it, and his schedule and my schedule, they were just like,
yeah.
the days he's available, I'm working. The days I'm available, he's working.
Right,
So
right.
it's like, how are
But
we
yeah,
gonna get together?
yeah. But the big thing is, I've always like, there's certain certain like epic rap battle stuff. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. That's some stuff similar to that. But I want to do like comedy things like. What would what would Asian Supermans and something something something
Yeah, yeah,
or
yeah,
yeah what would an Asian Superman do tell the white Superman or something stupid like just
yeah,
like
yeah.
where you know what I mean. So what if the white Superman was in Hong Kong?
Well,
What would it be
I'll
do?
tell you what. I'll tell you what. Before, I mean, even though you're like waiting to do those skits,
Hmm.
technically you still can be working on them. So make sure you're writing down your ideas.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, um,
I'm always like writing them down or like whenever
good,
I come up with one, I always
good.
have them, like because honest like I've all like you remember I've always talked about this the idea where I had since I used to work with the nightclub industry or the strip club industry. I
Yeah,
wanted
yeah.
to write something, or a story or something like
Like a
this on
short
a
film.
YouTube a short film or a YouTube thing. Hey,
Yeah,
this is what I used to go through every week, or
yeah.
something or another.
Oh,
But
dude. Yeah, yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
not use the club name or nothing, but but like, hey, this is what
Yeah. Like a fictional. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
No, I know what you mean. Like, yeah.
Like like
I
a
hope like
superhero
down the
that,
road.
that used to work at a strip club and got superpowers or something, and
Yeah, yeah.
comes back to work like, and now he's the Bionic Man or something.
Like Jeff Wong versus
Yeah, yeah,
Stripperella.
yeah.
What would be Asian Superman Kryptonite?
Mm, huh. No rice.
Asian mom.
Asian mom, yeah. Oh, Tiger
Asian
Mom.
mom beating up Asian Superman. Like, what are you doing? I
No,
told you
Tiger
to.
Mom. Tiger Moms, because
Yeah.
you know what I mean. Asian mom, Tiger Mom status. You know what that is. Yeah, you know what it is. Is there where yeah, yeah. So yeah, I'm just messing around though, man. It's like
Yeah, yeah. No, I know.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
like it's all the
it's
fun
it's
because this is why I like bullshitting with people, bullshitting with us.
yeah.
It's like we throw stuff around and people get like good laugh
This
out
is
of
this.
it. You know.
Yeah, this is the same thing that people do when they're inside comic book stores. They start
Yeah,
joking and talking with everybody. Every grade less than an A.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Because I've
Yeah,
always
that's their kryptonite.
yeah.
B, the letter B.
Yeah, yeah. But like my big thing was I've always had an idea. I've told you this when you were had the shop originally.
Yeah,
I wanted
yeah,
to write story, a story about, about my, about, what was it about the life of nobody really knows what goes on as a bouncer in a strip club, really.
Oh
And
yeah, yeah,
everybody imagines what goes on. Nobody
yeah.
actually
Or
knows
they
what.
see a movie and they just assume what they see in the movie. That's what
Yeah,
happens.
yeah,
You
but
know,
it's not true.
it's
It's
not
not always.
exactly.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not exactly. But it'd be kind of
sometimes
cool to,
it's exaggerated and
write a comic or something interesting to get their attention, and then you know.
yeah.
But like honestly, like you'd be surprised at how many of those girls are nerds too, and how smart they
Oh
are.
yeah.
So
Well, what's crazy is like I think a lot of times strippers are treated almost the same as porn stars,
yeah,
and
or
sometimes
sometimes
like
worse.
there's oh worse,
Some
yeah. And
sometimes worse.
and then you have what do you call it? So you have two types of people like that are into like the porn stars and strippers, right?
Hmm.
You have the people who fantasize about them, and then you have the people who like legit are in love with them,
Yeah.
right? And
And then
they'll
you have the third type that actually know them and respect them.
it's a very small number.
Yeah, yeah, probably about
uh,
that.
but I'm just saying like of the majority, right? And
Yeah,
the ones that love them, they're going to be nice to them, right?
right.
Because I'm in love with you, I love you. And then
Yeah,
it's the other ones that they kind of just view them as like not even as people. They just view them as
right.
like sexual objects,
Objects. Yeah,
Yeah. And so this is why I like social media. This is why I like TikTok, because some of them are like on TikTok,
Right.
and you see them doing skits, and you see them talking,
Right.
and you know, you look at them in a different point of view. You look at,
Right.
you know, you're not looking at them based on what they do for work. You're looking at them as a person, you know. And so, and that's the good thing about social media, is like when you look at them as a person, you're like, oh, okay, you know, like, you know, your mind, the way you think about them, it changes. Not a good story, yeah.
Yeah, what was it? But yeah, but my thing is, I've always, like I've told you, I've always wanted to write something, you know,
Yeah,
and it's always been, and it's always in the back of my mind. It's always been there, you know.
you
But
just keep
since
at
I've
it,
been,
man.
yeah, since I've been doing this YouTube thing, I've been thinking, hey, I can get a hold of these girls again and do skits with them, you know, and a
Yeah,
lot of them,
absolutely.
yeah, a lot
You
of
know,
them,
you can do that. You know, like, if you want to turn it into a comic book,
yeah,
dude, save your money, make some friends with some artists,
yeah,
learn how to, like, you know, learn like all the ins and outs, man.
yeah, yeah,
Ask them like, hey, how much are your page rates? You know,
yeah,
hey, you know, like, do you ink your own stuff, or do I need to hire inker? You get a
right, right,
colorist.
right,
Once you get all the information, once you get all the costs, then
yeah,
what you can do is you can like try to save up some money to like
yeah,
pay for a portion of the costs. You can
yeah,
do a Kickstarter, you
yeah,
know, so you can raise the money, and when you
right,
have the money raised, you can pay all the people to do the work, and you can have your comic book made, you know, and then down the road you can go to a convention, you can set up a table and be like, hey, check
right,
out the Cantonese comic kid,
yeah,
you know.
yeah. The kid, Cantonese Comic Kid, it's life before Cantonese Comic Kid.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
uh,
you could self-publish, right? And your
yeah,
publishing company name could be the CCK
yeah,
Publishing.
yeah, yeah.
You should watch the WWE documentary of Scott Hall. He was a bouncer in a strip club in Florida. Oh, cool.
Yeah, yeah, I knew about that. I already, yeah, in Miami and stuff like that. Yeah, I've watched it. I know about it. But it's like a lot of the stuff, you know what I mean? Like I've always thought about it. You know, I've told you a couple of times. I've always thought about it.
Yeah.
And so
I
yeah,
mean, you get the passion for it, man, and that's number one. Number one is you
hmm,
got to have the passion for it. If you don't have the passion for it, you know, you just keep procrastinating. You're like, oh, I'll do it later. I'll do it later. You know.
right.
I mean,
And then I
you got
get
the passion for
four.
it.
Yeah, I get 4 more years older, and I keep saying, "I'll do it, I'll do it, I'll do it."
You
By the
you
time,
just you
by the time I end up doing it, I'm gonna be like 90 something, or like when Stan was.
oh, no. You know, it's funny too. Like, a lot of people don't realize that you can still like reach like really big success in your 40s. You know,
Yeah.
like, and Jack Kirby is the perfect example of it. You
Mhm.
know, people look at Jack Kirby and they're like, you know, he's a legend, man. He worked with Stan Lee and he created all these other Marvel characters. And it's like, dude, he was in his 40s. He was in his
Oh.
40s when he hit that success.
Yeah.
You know, so people think like you have to hit that success in your 20s. You don't. You know,
Or
you can hit
30s,
that
and
success.
you really don't. You
Yeah,
can
you
always
don't.
hit it. Yeah.
Yeah,
In your 40s too. So.
yeah. So like, you know, one day it's gonna hit you, man. One day you're gonna
Yeah.
be like, you know what? I spend one day doing YouTube, and then the next day I'm gonna work on my comic book, and
Right.
then the next day YouTube, the next day comic book.
Yeah.
You know, like, you'll put yourself into a habit. You know,
Yeah, yeah. Because
you know.
I've told you before, I've always wanted to write something. I've always wanted to do that, and then I've always wanted to do skits. I've always wanted to do parody
and
stuff, you know.
and
So it's like,
don't be afraid to fail. Don't be afraid to
yeah,
fail,
yeah,
because that's how you get better. You know, like,
right,
you have the guy who co-created Rick and Morty,
right.
and he says, you know, like, he's like, the hardest part about creating anything is
Get
just
started.
creating.
Yeah, and getting started
It's
to
just
create
doing
it.
it. Yeah.
Yeah,
You know, like, people are so afraid, like, they feel like it has to be perfect the first time that you do it. It doesn't. He's
right.
like, you do the best you can, and if it sucks, then you go back and you know, make it better. And then you keep, and if it still sucks, you go back, you make it better. You
No,
keep
I'm
going.
just saying, I'm gonna take lessons from Anthony. You know what I mean? It's Anthony does his whole thing by himself.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. Oh, he's a great example, man.
Yeah. So yeah, that's another one that I want to take example of because dude, he does everything himself. So it's like,
Yeah,
but it's gonna be hard, but it's gonna be interesting. I
yeah,
can't draw for nothing, but
yeah. Well, you know, and you know, it's funny too. And again, this boils down to just passion. It just boils
yeah,
down to passion. You know,
hmm,
drawing is a skill. and that's a
Right.
skill that anyone can learn.
Yeah.
It just requires time,
Yeah.
practice,
Yeah.
and effort. You know.
Yeah. And
Um,
I could draw my first one, and then it
yeah.
might not look like nothing, but
Yeah.
the next one, the next,
The next
So
one, the next one.
yeah.
By the time you've drawn
Yeah.
the same thing, like the 1 millionth time, you're like, wow, this looks way better than the first 1,000 times that I drew this. That's how you learn as well as you gain, I assume, wisdom
Yeah.
as well, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Because honestly, I've always wanted to do it. It's just got to figure out, what I want, what I really want to do. You know what I mean? I still don't know what I really want. I don't think I want to do the medical lab thing for forever.
No, I know you don't. No, nobody does.
You're right.
Nobody does. Like you,
Yeah,
you.
because
That's your job. That's not your career. That's your job.
right, right,
You want a career, and you want to do a career in something that you love. You
right,
know. So if you keep at it, man, like you never know. One day, like YouTube could be your career. You know.
right.
Or if you get to write your own book,
Mhm.
boom. You know.
I
Or
just gotta figure out how to because when I was in school, I sucked at writing. I sucked at you remember writing paragraphs and stuff, dude.
oh yeah.
I was straight trash when I did that. So I need to figure out. Actually, I need to make friends with writers to figure out how to put something together. Because honestly,
Practice, man.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, like
You know who I should talk to is your buddy, Marco.
Marco.
Yeah, Marco, get to see how the
Oh yeah, I mean,
process works.
a lot of the stuff that I'm telling you right now, Marco
Mm.
would tell you the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, because like Marco even tells me, like, he knows I love comic books, so he tells
Yeah.
me, like, why aren't you writing, man?
Uh-huh.
He's like, you should be writing. Here's another advice if you want to be a writer. Charles Soule, right?
Right.
So
Right.
Charles Soule was a lawyer,
Mm-hmm.
and then he became a part-time lawyer, part-time comic book
Yeah.
writer. And then his comic book writing bit, like his success in his career
Right.
got better,
Right.
and he ended up quitting. He didn't have to be a lawyer anymore. He could be
Right.
a full-time comic book writer.
Right.
And I earned more back then, but I am way happier. Oh yeah, absolutely. Money
Yeah.
isn't
Yeah.
everything.
Right.
It's about peace of mind. It's about
Right.
There's a lot of research and studies that they said they asked people like, hey, would you want a raise, but you're still working in a very hostile, like stressful work environment, or would you stay where you're at? Would you keep the money? Would you refuse the pay raise,
Right.
but work in a better work environment? And the majority of people said that they would refuse the raise,
Right.
keep the money that they're making, and work in a better work environment.
Right. Right.
So, but anyways, like Charles Soule, you know what his advice was? He says, write every day, anything.
Right.
Get into the habit of just writing.
Okay.
Even if it doesn't make sense, even if it's gibberish,
Right.
he says, pull out a pen and pad and write every day. Write as much as you can.
Right.
Because it's almost like muscle memory, right?
Right.
Like you get into the habit. Like,
Right.
how many days do they say that you start to develop a habit? It's like 60 days or 90 days. You
Right.
do something.
Right.
If you do something every day for 60, 90 days, it becomes a habit.
Right.
So that's all you got to do, man, is get a notepad, get a
Right.
pen, and just start writing anything. Grocery list, what you
Right.
want to do that day.
Right. Right.
Your thoughts and feelings. Oh, someone said this, I didn't like that.
Yeah.
Or you can just write Vampirella. you can just like like, oh, how I love Vampirella. Let me count the ways.
Well, yeah, but I've
1,
always
2,
I've always
3.
like had an idea for a storyline.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? I've always
But-
had a
But just do it. Make the time and
Yeah.
do it. Do
Yeah.
it every day, even if it's like 5 minutes a day, right?
Mhm.
You just sit there with a pen and pad, write 5 minutes a day. Turn it into a habit.
Right.
And then
I-
there's
I
all
need
kinds
to
of
get
things out there.
yeah, I need to get in the habit of doing that, and I need
Yeah.
to get in the habit of reading in general.
Yeah, like
Getting more reading
what's
done.
that? Hold on a second. I think I have a comic book that I just ordered recently. Let's see here. Yeah, here it is. Check this out.
Oh boy. Mm-hmm.
They just reprinted Strange Adventures #1.
Right.
It's
Right.
called the Strange Adventures Director's Cut.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah.
Look, like the
Uh-huh.
Director's Cut.
So I need to
This
pick up
thing
the
is
direct. Yeah, I need to pick up the director's cut and check them out. Yeah.
look. This is Tom King's script.
Right.
You know, this is his script, and this
Okay.
is the breakdown the artist does after
Okay.
reading the script.
Okay. Yeah,
You
I need
know?
to get more of those. I need to get more of the director's cuts to figure out how to do it.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
you know what the secret is too, is don't just try to copy it. You know what I would do
No, I'm not
first?
gonna try to copy it. I'm gonna,
Yeah,
but if I get them and I actually look through them and read them and see how they actually
yeah,
set it up, I can have a format at least how to set mine up later.
right. But the smart thing to do probably is also to like take what he wrote
Mm-hmm.
and write it out, right?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Like I don't mean like copy it, but like copy it so like you're writing it in the form. You're
Yeah,
writing it in the form exactly how he wrote it.
in his format, pretty much.
Yeah, so that you understand, and
Right.
then you write it again, but this time you change the what he's written, and you add
Right.
stuff that you want to put in there, and
Yeah,
then maybe you do it
I
a
always
third time.
I always watch Jim Lee's artist stuff. I always watch all the artist stuff that
Yeah.
just to learn stuff. A lot of times I
Oh,
like
yeah.
learning stuff.
The
It's
thing
just-
is though is like artists are a different breed, man.
Right,
You know,
right.
artists their brains work different
Right.
than a writer.
Right, right.
You know, perfect example is like Capullo and Snyder.
Right,
You know, Snyder was very detailed oriented.
right,
So he would tell Capullo, he'd say, "Hey, this is what I want drawn. This is what I want in the panel. All this stuff."
right.
And Capullo was like bored. He was like, "Listen, man. Like I like to create too. You know,
Mhm.
I'm being paid to help create. I'm supposed to take what you wrote and bring it to life.
Right,
But I bring it to life my way.
right,
You know." So if he's trying to put in every detail that Snyder puts in, Capullo's not drawing the story the way he wants to draw it.
right,
You know, he's doing it the way Snyder is writing it. You know,
Right.
so like Capullo is basically not doing what he naturally does.
right.
So like artists are storytellers, they're writers themselves, but the difference is like it's I mean, it's like a writer can come up with like a really good idea and really good characters.
Right,
The artist may not come up with the same characters or same story.
right,
It's the writer that comes up with the concept of it.
right.
And then it's supposed to be a collaboration between the artist and writer that
Right.
bring it to life, which is why a lot of times artists are like, hey, I deserve 50% ownership of what we created,
right,
even though technically the writer came up with the concept,
right,
like, oh, I came up with Superman,
right, right.
but then the other person's like,
Oh,
well,
no, but the best example is Batman. The best example right there is Batman, pretty
Bob
much.
Kane and Bill Finger, yeah.
But yeah, that's the best thing there because Bob Kane in the beginning, it was only Bob Kane. Nobody knew about.
Oh yeah. And the way they wrote comic books back then is different than how they used to do it now. Even the Marvel way, right? The Marvel way of doing comics, it was the artist that was drawing and that basically created the story, and
Right.
then the writer would come in and fill in
Right.
the dialogue.
Right.
So the writer can basically see the story that the artist created,
Right.
that the artist wrote,
Right.
and all they do is they fill in with dialogue.
Yeah.
So essentially, it was really the artist that was creating the story, technically.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
since I got this new laptop, I should, and I should use it, take advantage,
Yeah, whatever you're more comfortable with, man.
Yeah.
Whatever. In my opinion, it's whatever's easiest.
Yeah.
So for me, I've always been comfortable with a pen and pad.
Yeah. I mean, I'm more comfortable. Yeah, I think I'm comfortable with a pen and pad, but the problem is if I write it and then I have you read it, it comes out completely different because of the dyslexia. The words are,
Oh yeah. Well, so then if you want someone to read it, you transcribe it, right? So
yeah,
you write it down so that way you have your story, so you don't forget
Right.
it, you don't miss the details.
Right.
And then what you do is you rewrite it on your computer,
Right.
and then you can print it out, you can hand it to a friend and say, hey, read
Right.
this. What do you think?
Right.
Yeah.
But
And dude, that's what editors are for, right? Editors
Yeah.
are the ones that are supposed to catch all the mistakes.
Right.
Like, you misspelled this word, or
Right.
the way you formed the sentence in this paragraph, you used it wrong. You didn't do, you did it wrong.
Right, right.
Like that's what the editor's jobs are. Like it's every once in a while when you read a comic book, you'll see a misspelled word.
Oh, yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah.
and so you kind of just think to yourself like, how did the editor miss this?
Hmm.
You
The
know?
editor, but don't forget, sometimes these editors have more than one script come through.
Oh, sure. But
Yeah.
that's why they get paid good money.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna call it now, man, because before
Oh
we
yeah.
we end
Oh,
up
I just
we
want
end
to read
up.
Vigilante's comments real quick, and then we'll call
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Tom King is a great example to learn how not to do it. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Take a look at Tom King's male characters and do the exact opposite. There you go.
Great. Yeah.
Exactly. Usually, you don't write; the character does lines in a script. That's up to the artist.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I used to think that the artist literally just drew everything that the writer wrote, but they don't.
Right. Right. Right.
It's truly like I got to talk to Chris Claremont one time, and he
But
gave me advice.
we can talk a little more off air. Just let me call this real quick.
Yeah, sure,
Yeah.
sure.
All right, guys. It was nice seeing it and nice talking to everybody. Nice, to have everybody involved in the chat. Like, we'll check you guys next week. We'll see you next week. Tim might join us next week. You never know who's gonna join us next week.
Yeah. I
But
mean, he should have more free time now. No more
yeah,
Halloween.
well, yeah, but Christmas is coming up.